So you made a product and then suddenly the color is changing. What could be the reason? There are different reasons why you make a product and the color could be changing. Well, I'll mention a few. The first question you should answer is, did you use fresh juices or herbs in your product? So if you used fresh juices or maybe like herbal infusions, maybe you boiled some herbs and stuff like that, it could affect the color of your product. It could change the color. Let's imagine like aloe vera now. So instead of buying the store-bought aloe vera gel, you decided to use the one that you have in your garden. It could also affect your product, right? So my own advice is, if you want to use herbs, also like you don't want to experience this, you can use the hydrosols, you can use the extract, you can use the oils instead of maybe using the fresh herbs or the fresh juices in your products. Then another question you should ask yourself is the fragrance oil, right? What fragrance oil do you use in your product? So there are some fragrance oils that actually affect and it could start changing the color of your product over time. One of those fragrance oils is vanilla fragrance oil. Me too, I've had the experience where I used vanilla fragrance oil and it was changing the color of the product over time. It does not mean that the product is getting spoiled, right? But it could also affect the color of your product. So in case it's something you notice, you use vanilla fragrance oil, then that could be the issue. The other reason why your product could be changing color is the essential oil that you use. So there are some essential oils that you use in your product that would actually change the color. So one thing is, you need to understand your ingredients and understand the pros and cons, or the features, so that you understand why your product is this way or why your product is that way. Then another reason why your product will change the color is your emulsion. Your product did not properly emulsify. So if your emulsion is not stable and your product is changing color and is having a funky smell, or is looking one funny way, that one, the product is actually having issues, right? So it means your emulsion is not stable and your product will be separating and it will be changing color. So you should also be sure that your emulsion is stable. So guys, this video is already getting too long. I might not post a full video on Instagram or TikTok. I would post a full video on YouTube, because I know that people's attention span is very short. So check YouTube for the full video. Then another reason why your product will be changing color is your preservative. So check your preservative. If you did not use your preservative at the correct pH range, then it might not be effective and your product might actually be getting spoiled. If you have not watched my preservative video, you should go and watch it. I posted it earlier. So if you do not also put it in the correct phase, like for example, your preservative is heat sensitive and you decide to put it in your water phase while you're double boiling, then definitely it's not effective in the product and the product is getting spoiled. Another reason why your product could be changing color is your ingredients expiry date. So imagine you're making a product October 2025 and it is expiring December 2025, and you want the shelf life of the product to be 1 year. How possible is that? So you need to understand your ingredients. So confirm expiry date of the ingredients that you are buying, that you are getting from your supplier, so that you don't use an ingredient that is about to expire in your product. It will definitely affect the shelf life of your product. And once that ingredient is spoiled or it has issues, it will also affect the color of your product. So if the color of your product is changing, you need to troubleshoot and ask yourself these questions. So it does not necessarily mean that the product is getting bad in every case, right? So in some cases, it could be some of the reasons I mentioned earlier, or it could be some other reasons which I mentioned later in the video. So make sure you troubleshoot and find out the reason why your product is having a different color. If you'd like to learn more about formulating the proper way, then you should check out my course where I teach how to formulate hair products, beard products. It is very loaded and it's going at a 30% off discount for this 30 days challenge. So send me a DM if you'd like to register or if you'd like more info. And this 30 days challenge is still on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Instagram or TikTok, wherever you're seeing this video, so you can get the tips every day. Also join my formulation community on WhatsApp. See you in my next video. Bye.